This video is about hydroelectric energy, how does it work, when it began to be used, and its advantages and disadvantages. The use of energy from river currents has been carried out for centuries. Initially, water wheels were used in rivers for processing fabrics and grain. Over 2,000 years ago, water wheels were used to grind wheat into flour by the Greeks, while during the 3rd century BC, Archimedes' water screws were used by the Egyptians for irrigation. At the end of the 19th century, hydropower began to be used as a source of electricity. Years later, James Francis, a British-American engineer, managed to develop the first modern water turbine. The first hydroelectric plant in the world began operating in 1882. It was located in the United States, on the Fox River in Appleton, Wisconsin. In a hydroelectric plant, energy is obtained through the use of the hydraulic potential of a river. For this process to occur, plants are built in rivers with a high volume of water and with unevenness in their course. It is a good alternative to a renewable energy source that does not emit pollutants. The moving water, potential energy, passes through the plant's pipes, and it has great force and speed, carrying out the movement of the turbines. Thus, potential energy, water energy, will be transformed into mechanical energy with turbine movement. The moving turbines are connected to a generator. The generator will transform mechanical energy into electrical energy. The main advantages of hydroelectric energy are: it is considered a renewable energy source through rain and snow. It does not emit pollutants. It is a free energy source after the construction of the dam and installation of the equipment. The amounts of electricity produced are high. The control of the flow of water through the turbines allows the adjustment to demand. The main disadvantages of hydroelectric energy are: the flooding of areas for the construction of dams creates problems for the relocation of riverside populations. The environmental impacts caused by the damming of water for the formation of immense artificial lakes, such as the destruction of extensive areas of natural vegetation, riparian forests, the collapse of banks, silting of riverbeds, damage to local fauna and flora, changes in the hydraulic regime of rivers, possibilities of transmission of diseases such as schistosomiasis and malaria, and extinction of some species of fish. With the increased risk of drought, in many situations, it is necessary to replace hydropower with coal and gas. Currently, the largest producers of hydropower in the world are China, Brazil, Canada, the United States, and Russia. Three Gorges is the largest hydroelectric power plant in the world and is located in central China, on the Yangtze River, downstream of the Three Gorges. In terms of installed capacity, 22,500 megawatts. This is the largest power plant in the world, since 2012, when the hydroelectric plant started to work. The average amount of electricity generated per year in the dam is 95 plus or minus 20 terawatt-hour, but this value will vary depending on the amount of rainfall every year. The annual production of the dam almost reached 112 terawatt-hour after extensive rains in 2020, so the dam broke the previous world record of approximately 103 terawatt-hour of the Itaipu Dam in 2016. Despite the advantages, this dam caused the flooding of cultural and archaeological sites. About 1.3 million people were displaced and significant ecological changes also occurred. Itaipu is the plant that produces the most electricity and is located between Brazil and Paraguay, on the Paraná River. It is a binational hydroelectric plant and was built, between 1975 and 1982, by the two countries. The name Itaipu comes from an island that existed near the construction site. This was considered the world's largest dam, until the construction of the Three Gorges Dam in China. Itaipu is administered by Brazil and Paraguay. To regulate the use of hydraulic resources in the Paraná River stretch, A tripartite agreement was signed between Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina in October 1979. Based on this agreement, river levels and permitted variations were established for hydroelectric projects in the basin common to the three countries. This agreement was later renegotiated due to discontent on the part of Paraguay. Despite being a good alternative for the generation of electric energy, the construction of a hydroelectric power plant requires an assessment of the environmental impact that it will cause, with a rigorous assessment of the advantages and disadvantages of its construction. In some cases, if the environmental impact is too high, another alternative for the production of electricity must be used or the hydroelectric plant should be built in another location. If you liked the video, leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe.